consider myself someone that is very extroverted, and I really enjoy putting myself or attending events or conferences where I don't know and do not know anyone, because it encourages me to network. So for example, a few weeks ago, I got an invite to attend a digital conference by a consulting company called McKinsey & Company. They were going to host the first digital summit since COVID. Now, trust me, McKinsey is a big consulting company, and I had to attend this one. I didn't know anyone who was going to be attending. I had shared the invite with people at the office, and unfortunately, no one wanted to attend. But I was so eager to attend because I am always hungry for knowledge, and I am always hungry to grow my network. And so I decided, I put on my best outfit that day, I did my makeup, and I went to the event. So as I'm at the event, just strolling around the room, observing and looking for someone that I could speak to, or someone that I possibly know, I noticed that there was a lady by the food section. That usually when I go to events, you would usually find me at the food section. So I was at the food section, and there was a lady that looked very familiar. And when I approached her and I introduced myself, her name was Selena. So I said, "Hi, Selena." And it occurred to me that I had met Selena the previous year, and Selena was actually a speaker at an event that I hosted. And so it was just great to see a familiar face. And Selena and I began having a conversation, and I reminded her of her as a guest at my sort of like webinar that I hosted. And we had an amazing conversation, and I shared with her what I had been up to. And she eventually suggested a few sort of platforms that I should check out based on our conversations. And it turns out that Selena was actually one of the speakers at that event. So sometimes you may meet people at events and you may not know how that person will sort of contribute to your life in the future. And so don't be afraid to put yourself in situations where you do not know anyone, because your network is your net worth, and life is not about what you know and about who you know. So I'd highly encourage everyone to put themselves in situations of unforeseen circumstances, because you never know what could come of that encounter. Thank you.
Evaluation chain. And thank you again, Portia, for that great speech. I'm going to structure my evaluation in 3 sections: what you excelled in, what you can improve on, and a few pointers on where you can challenge yourself. Where you excelled at, Portia, is that you gave a great speech. Our evaluator said your topic was very relatable, and because it was relatable, it was easy for you to bring your points across, and it was easy for us to understand what you were trying to communicate to us. Also, your speech was also divided into the opening, the body, and a bit of the conclusion. In the opening, you talked about your father being an inspiration to your fitness journey, and you also discussed and shared some beautiful quotes about healthy living. In your body, you talked about your gym experience and about gymming with your friends and struggling and leaving the gym and coming back later to enjoy the healthy living lifestyle. Now I'd like to share where you can improve on your speech. Your objective of your speech was about using body language and body movements to enhance your speech. This you could have incorporated in few areas of your speech. For example, you talked about weights, so you could have gestured weights. You also referred to your abs. You also talked about staying away from the gym, but you could have indicated it was for 4 years. And that sometimes you become very hungry because of the diet. So I encourage you that in writing your speech, that you also find areas where you can use vocal variety and your body movements to enhance your speech. Another area where you can improve is for you to practice your speech in front of the camera. You can use your phone or your laptop to video record yourself and time yourself on how long your speech is. And if you find that your speech is over the allocated time, and for you it was 7 minutes, that is the time for you to cut back to make sure that by the time you prepare this, you present the speech to the audience, you speak within the allocated time. So today your speech was over the limit by 1 minute because you spoke for 8 minutes. Where you can challenge yourself, Portia, is 2 areas. The first one is that when you get a distraction like your phone ringing, we didn't see that. So you kind of continued on with your speech and let the distraction go past without mentioning it to us. We wouldn't have noticed if had you not mentioned it to us. Also, work a bit better on your presentation. I love that you quickly changed from your laptop to your camera phone because of load shedding, but we could have quickly just found a nice area to place your phone so we can see you straight ahead and not at the bottom where we saw a lot of your hands. But overall, Portia, you're progressing very well in your pathway, and I'm looking forward to more speeches coming from you. Thank you very much, and over to you, Evaluation Chair.
Getting into the mode. A very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I want to celebrate a group of people who have walked and played an impeccable journey in my life. It is a plum-pleasing pleasure to be receiving this year's award as the Upcoming Biogas Developer 2020 Entrepreneur. It's been a long time coming, and I'm receiving this award as I celebrate you who have made it possible for me. When I utilize the words #you know yourselves, it's because you do know yourselves. As I mentioned, the journey you've played in me standing before you tonight has been unfathomable. When I started the journey in the biogas space, many of you endured my long discussions and interpretations of biogas, despite not having a cooking clue of some of the technical jargon. You sat with me as I cried. You mixed the gins and gave me hearty, warm hugs, whispering, "Gamu, keep at it, you will come right." Over 7 years of enduring vision, the deadlines, the delusions, unforeseen circumstances coming into play, it was such a challenging moment. You were there when this was simply a vision. You were there when it became a reality. And so I celebrate you. Once again, #you know yourselves. Because of your sincere words as well as actions, I stand today as an inspiration to many young African women who are looking to be biogas project developers. The task ahead certainly will be great, and I ask that we walk the journey together. With that being said, we drank gin in glasses, and I'm asking that we continue to drink gin in bathtubs because we have a lot of work to do. We have many other young women to inspire within this value chain. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, let me be a bit more explicit. To my darling family, my dear friends, colleagues, mentors, as well as strangers, I cannot express my gratitude right now. Just note that this is going to be a symbol which we will use to continue being impactful practitioners across the continent. I certainly do not want to leave my suitors out of this. To my suitors, thank you for putting in the effort to keep a smile on my face amidst the many nights of madness and frowns. And last but equally important, to those individuals who shared unsavory words and a lot of discouragement, this award is for you too. Because of those words, one is here today being an inspiration to many out there. Ladies and gentlemen, cheers to another chapter that we will write together. Thank you.